Coping with COVID, updates on the pandemic and information to help you thrive and survive COVID-19. It's brought to you by the South Carolina Department of Health and Environmental Control. Visit scdheck.gov for an updated list of testing sites and important information on how to protect yourself, your family, and friends from the coronavirus. SCDHEC, healthy people, healthy communities. In it together and the South Carolina Diabetes Advisory Council, presenting Wellness Wednesday every Wednesday on Coping with COVID. The City of Columbia Office of Business Opportunities, helping to meet the needs of small, minority, and women-owned businesses in the City of Columbia. Log on to columbiasc.net/OBO. Agape Counseling and Training Services. Call 803-779-2777 for licensed professionals of counselors and social workers helping families, engaged and married couples, and individuals of all ages gain an understanding of all aspects of their lives. If you're having a challenge coping with COVID, contact Agape Counseling and Training Services at agapects.com. And Palmetto Media Connections, connecting media and communities together. Coping with COVID, brought to you by SCDHEC. In it together, the Diabetes Advisory Council, the City of Columbia Office of Business Opportunities, Agape Counseling and Training Center, and Palmetto Media Connections.
Coping with COVID with Tre Tailor.
Hey there, happy Friday. I'm Tre Tailor, and you are watching Coping with COVID, updates on the pandemic and information to help you thrive and survive COVID-19. Today, filmmaker JB Starr joins us. His new film debuts tomorrow, and he's here to tell us all about it. JB, thank you so much for joining us. Also, activist Mark Hill will tell us about the Day of Truce, an event bringing together gang members to stop everything going on. That and more next on Coping with COVID. But first, your COVID community updates. Powerful State Senator Hugh Leatherman has died. The Republican who represented Florence and Darlington counties had been receiving hospice care at home after being diagnosed with inoperable cancer. During his tenure in South Carolina government, Leatherman was chairman of the Senate Finance Committee and served on the state ethics, labor, commerce, and industry, rules, transportation, and interstate cooperation committees. Hugh Leatherman was 90 years old. And Fort Jackson has launched a program to provide better mental health for service members. Recent Department of Defense numbers indicated a 15% increase in suicide rates for military personnel just last year. Two initiatives, including one where drill sergeants come out of their supervisor mode and into a caring and compassionate mentor, and the other which identifies healthcare specialties and puts them into the training environment, have both been launched as a pilot program. And the South Carolina Department of Motor Vehicles is going back to in-car road tests at all state offices. Now, for regular and motorcycle testing, afternoon appointments only are still required any weekday except 9:30 a.m. through 1:30 p.m. except Wednesday. Now, commercial license applicants can make an appointment any day during regular business hours at the 9 branches listed on the screen. Anyone entering the building must be masked. For more information, visit SCDMV online for more information. SCDHEC has your most up-to-date list of times, dates, and location for COVID testing for adults and children and COVID vaccines in and around South Carolina. Visit scdheck.gov for more information. Now, if you are a veteran, the VA is handling all COVID vaccinations, so stop by the VA or call the information on the screen for more information about getting your COVID vaccination. Now, there are several retailers that are offering COVID vaccinations for children and for adults: Kroger pharmacies, CVS pharmacies, and the CVS located inside Target stores. Brooklyn Baptist Church also has a vaccine clinic open 7 days a week. They are also offering the COVID vaccination for children. And also the library actually has free self-collection kits. That's free COVID testing kits. You can get as many as 5 per week at every Richland County Library location. Now, if you're having a challenge getting to your COVID vaccination appointment, don't miss your shot. You can get a free ride to get your vaccine at the Comet. Also, if you're having a problem registering to get your COVID vaccination, while most of those places are walk-in, there is online registration help for seniors and for folks who are technology challenged through Get Set Up. You can call that number on the screen and get set up to learn how to make your COVID vaccine appointment. Also, FEMA has COVID funeral reimbursement. Anyone who has lost a loved one due to COVID and you need some help getting a reimbursement for funeral expenses, FEMA is handling that and has been doing that since about the beginning of the pandemic. Now, there are several financial resources available. The South Carolina Bar Association and SC Legal Services has a toll-free number and website for rental and mortgage help. Lexington County has a bill assistance program. SC Housing and Dominion Energy has a bill assistance program for both rent and utilities. And SC Housing has a frontline workers home buying assistance program. Finally, SC Hopes has a 24-hour assistance line from the South Carolina Department of Mental Health. If you know someone having a challenge coping with COVID, please contact SC Hopes. I'm Tre Tailor, and you're watching Coping with COVID, updates on the pandemic and information to help you thrive and survive COVID-19. We are streaming live on the Tailor Made production page on Facebook. Please go over there, hit like and share and follow. Not only can you get notifications when to watch Coping with COVID, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 2 p.m. Also, First Monday with George Wallace. You can also get all of your COVID-related updates. Now, we're also streaming live on YouTube. I want to say hi to all of the folks joining us on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining us. And please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Now, throughout the show, you will see information scrolling at the bottom of the screen. All of the information that I just mentioned to you, including financial resources, if you are having some challenges through COVID, where to get a vaccine, where to get a test, and so much more. That's scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Please check it out. And please continue to post and share so we can get this message to the masses. I'm Tre Tailor, and today we're talking to Mark Hill. He's a pastor, activist, and creator of the Day of Truce event, and it's coming up Thanksgiving weekend in Columbia, South Carolina. Mark, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So listen, let me ask you, what made you decide to do this Day of Truce event? We have the flyer.
Well, it's collectively, it wasn't me by myself. It was the majority of the gang members themselves who want to be heard.
Wow. So you're saying the gang members in your community, and you live in the Lower Richland community, Hopkins area, they came to you and said, we want to do a Day of Truce?
Yes. No, I live in the Richland Northeast area. Some of the young ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to say gang member because they're putting them as like they're criminals and everything. So I say young men and young ladies, this is something that they desire to do from their heart. This is not, we need to listen to these young ladies and young men. Everyone is not considered a gang member. You know, they just don't have anything to do. It's so much that we can learn from these young men and young women if we only just give them an ear.
Right.
They came and they was willing. You would be surprised how many gang members have came and they want to be a part of this event.
Wow.
It's speech. I'm speechless, and I'm very grateful that they felt that they could come and share this moment with me with them calling a truce.
Right.
Because it speaks volumes that they really want change and they really desire help, and we have to be their ear.
So what's the plan to accomplish at this event? So you said young people have come to you. There are gang members that have also come to you. They want to do this event. What do you want to accomplish on this day?
What we desire to accomplish a truce, to slow down this killing, to continue to build a bond with these young men and young women, that we can go forward, that we can listen to them. What else can we do to stop the killing? To slow down the killing? What can we do to bring something to the community that they will have as far as jobs? We have Path Redemption coming out to have a job board out there. We got Moms Demand Action coming out there. It's so many people that want to be involved and want to help these young ladies and young men. That's what we need. We need to regain and rebuild and reconstruct our community. We have to come to a community. We can't be neighbors. We have to be a community within dealing with these young men and young women.
Right. So we're talking to Mark Hill. He is a community activist, and he has put together with several partners, excuse me, the Day of Truce. And Mark, you say these young people have come to you, these gang members have come to you, and what is the solution? You say they're trying to find out that's what they want to accomplish, the solution, but from their ears, from their mouths, what is the solution?
They want to know about jobs. And I know there's a lot of jobs out there. But when you're a convicted felony You know, when we came up, there was men out in the community helping young brothers as myself, even myself that was incarcerated, but we still had those pastors, those deacons, and those men that was working, that stayed in the community to show men how to be men. We don't have that no more. We have where if it's not at your door, then I don't care. It's not my child. But
Right.
as we have witnessed, it's always the innocent bystander who's end up getting shot or who are getting killed. So that's why I'm stating that it have to be all in South Carolina. We have to regain our community. It can't be, oh, it's not at my door, it's not my church members, it's not my family. Any child that's died, we should have concern. It should be heartfelt for each and every last South Carolinian to do something to take part of this day of truce.
Right. So you say they want jobs, and like you said, there are a lot of jobs out there. Let me just play devil's advocate. There are a lot of jobs out there. I'm so glad that Lester Young, with Path of Redemption, is coming out there. He does such great work. Like you, he was formerly incarcerated, so he's got grounds on the boot like you, boots on the grounds like you. But and you also say mentors, men and women, young men and young women need role models and mentors. So you
Yes.
propose then to do what? You want the community to become mentors in our communities?
Yes. Yes, we need that.
Yeah.
We need things for our kids to do as far as more recreation. A lot of these kids can't afford to be a part of AAU because their parents are single parents, single home parents, and they're catching devilment just to pay their bills. So when you put your child in the AAU program, those parents can afford to pay for it. A lot of these kids that joining gangs are coming up through peer pressure because of the fact that they're neglected, they're left out, they're left behind. They can't pay to be a part of the new system where everything is AAU. Parents are paying $100, $200, and $300 to have their child in football AAU or basketball AAU. And that's why I salute Bishop Eric Davis, because he has amazing AAU coming for those kids that has been left out. So it's people out there are willing to do the work and are doing the work. It's just that we need more of them to
Right.
come and be a part and leave the ego at home. Come and let's join hands and let's make a better South Carolina.
So what will happen at the event? We can put the flyer back up. What will happen at the event at the Day of Truce?
Oh, excuse me. We got so many amazing entertainers coming out. We got Pastor Levi coming from Louisiana to do the skit called A Funeral is Counsel, which is an amazing event. If you have never seen this event, you must. It's a must see. It's an eye opener for each and every one. Whether you're a child, teen, parent, this is an eye opener. Also, we got Dr. Claire, who's going to deliver a marvelous word. Also, we got Bishop Eric Davis, who's going to be there to also come in and share some information with us. We got Mama G, who's going to be doing entertainment for the kids. It's a magnificent event, and the food is free. Everything is free. You don't have to lift a finger to pay nothing. We're feeding you. We got entertainment. We're going to have a good day. And it's after Thanksgiving. So we started praising God, giving him us something to be thankful for.
Right. Mark Hill joins us. He is putting on with other partners the Day of Truce event. It is November 27th. What's the time and the location?
It's 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Dutch Square Mall. And a special thanks to Miss Liz for allowing us to use the Dutch Square Mall.
Right. Yeah. Oh, Liz is amazing. She's really great as far as.
Yes, she is.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's all day on the 27th, the Saturday after Thanksgiving at Dutch Square Mall. Now, you are already and have been in the community doing some great events. Saw you Tuesday at the solicitors event, sitting right next to you. Didn't even know it was you, and you didn't know it. So interesting. Yeah. So tell me about some of the work you're doing in the community.
Oh man, we did this event for Knowledge Sims called Lean on Me, where we had Travis Green. December the 18th, we're going out to feed the homeless, because we also got to remember those people as well. The game members, we got more than just the day of Truce coming. We got a basketball game where we allow each and every game member, they have to partner with each other to continue to build a bond. We're gonna be working with T Gang, with Declare. Also, we're gonna be working with Bishop Eric Davis closely. So we got some more things that are coming as well. We got I Matter. Our Matter is an event that we're putting together for the parents that have lost a child that we have forgotten about. They still matter. They're instead of going through the ordeal of losing a child. So we need to support them and uplift them as well. So Our Matter is going to be the next event that you see Parents Overseeing Planted Seeds do, with a lot of different people who have already come aboard as FAM, City, Basics. It's a lot of different organizations that we're willing to work with to continue to build a bond with the community.
Right. Mitchell Peace Joy Jen says, good afternoon. And we are also talking to Mark Hill. He is with an organization that is doing some amazing things in our community. Tell me about why and how you started your organization, Mark.
I was a trouble kid, man. I've been incarcerated multiple times. So I know the other side of the street. A lot of people haven't lived their life. A lot of people haven't been. I was a child that was in a single home, parent, mother working every day, and we got out in the streets. You know, I've been shot up by a gang member. I was incarcerated for 10 years, and Lester Young was one of my mentors, so I have a bond with him. But to get to the idea why I was in jail, and God just gave me this vision, and I promised God that if he could protect me, allow me to come home, that I would work for him. And that's where the Parents Overseeing Planted Seeds came, while I was incarcerated. So when I got out, I started seeing that nothing has changed. The same people, it was a cycle. Same people coming back to jail, and they coming back for the same scenario. So I told God, wherever you can use me, I will go. So that's what I'm doing. I'm not rich. It's not about the money. It's about having an open mind and a heart to do God's will for the kingdom. Yeah. And that's what I'm striving to do. If I can help a child, because, you know, I took a gun on school campus. I took a gun on Eau Claire High School and got caught with the gun. I was sent to R&E. So I can express and share a story with these young men and women that's real. I'm not coming with the suit and tie trying to tell them that this is what's going on and I don't have no earthly idea of the life or the ordeal that they're going through. I have lived it. I have been through it, so I can show them and tell them that if you trust and believe in God, there's a better tomorrow if you leave your yesterday behind you.
Yeah, Mark Hill, you have an amazing story, and I really applaud you, just like I have with Lester, for turning your life around. Listen, we all got to pass. We all got to pass. You know what I'm saying? Some of us who have not been incarcerated, it's only because we didn't get caught. You know what I'm saying? So we can't pass judgment. But the good thing is, the key here is, Mark, that you turned your life around, and now you are back in the community giving back. Ma'am. And that's a beautiful thing. So for that, I applaud you. So let me ask you, you're doing all of these things, and this is your plan to address the issues, doing all of this, all of these outreach activities.
Yes, ma'am.
So you're listening to the young people and you're hearing what they're saying. And are you specifically doing these different events based on what you hear?
Yes, ma'am, which we allowing them the platform to come out and speak. It's not about us. They're going to get the guest speakers there, because the language that we speak and the language that the young brothers and sisters speak, their language are different. We can't we don't have knowledge of the language that they're taught. But when you have the high ranks and the people that can talk to them and can help us, we need those guys and women there. We can't do it, because if we could have done it, then it already would have been done. So it's time to let them come and speak, and let them be the guest speakers, and let us sit back and learn from them, because everybody's not has matured. Everybody's not going down the same road, want to continue to shoot, kill, and they won't help. It's just the fact that only time we want to go and help them is when we running for office, or we're getting some out of it. Let these young men and young women educate us on what's really going on, and ask them, how can we assist y'all? How can we help y'all to transform the mind state that y'all are in so that we can give y'all the proper help. And it's not going to happen overnight. Day of Truce is not going to change everyone, but is a step in the right direction to help these young men and women that do so desire to be helped.
Right, right. Mark Hill joins us on Coping with COVID. You're Tre Tailor, updates on the pandemic and information to help you thrive and survive COVID-19. Mark Hill is with an organization that is doing the Day of Truce, which is the Saturday after Thanksgiving. And it'll be food, fun, activities, speakers. And the main thing is young people and gangs are coming together to, just like the organization says, just like the flyer says, it's a day of truce. And we are hoping and believing, God, that it will definitely be the start of that. What can people do to help, Mark?
They can come out, they can spread the word. If they so desire to be a part, they can reach me at the number listed below. If they choose they want to partner or donate, they can donate at $parents OPS seeds. But we want everyone to come out. We need all in South Carolina. Everyone. We need you. We need all of you guys there. Yeah. It's nothing to stop you from giving your time. Because sometimes your time is more valuable than your money.
Oh, absolutely. You can see the information on the screen if you want more information about Mark Hill. His email address is there. His phone number is there. And I think that's his website also. The Day of Truce is November 27th. And people want more information, they can contact you. He would love for you to help. He would love for you to help if you are, concerned about our community. And listen, you don't have to have kids to be concerned about our community. You don't have to live in any specific neighborhood to be concerned, because crime and violence can come to anybody's neighborhood. It can affect anybody, whether you have a child or not. So we really have to be more conscientious about being all in if we really want to change our city, our state, our world, our country, our nation. Mark Hill, thank you so much. Like I said, not only for all of the work that you're doing in our community, but thank you so much for joining us today on Coping with COVID. We've got a video about the Day of Truce. We're going to check that out right now.
Smell.
To forget her. We watched Black Panther together. Now we Wakanda forever. Break up or never. You leave me under the weather. Blue tick return to the sender. Move it, return to the sender. Yeah. Know yourself. Know yourself. Pick a struggle. Pick a struggle. You and I. What's the hustle? What's the hustle? Show yourself. Show yourself. What's the bubble? What's the bubble? Who we be? Wakanda forever. Say Wakanda forever, it'll be kinda forever. Say Wakanda forever, Wakanda forever. We say Wakanda forever, we shine like diamonds forever. We make it rain any weather, only into the cheddar. Every day we be litty, yeah that we care forever. My diva stay in my pocket, rest in peace Nelson Mandela. So I ride like what? Pull up in the 911, when I walk call 911. Look at what I done, hope you know the 411, and you know we go all night. Truce in my Kela, we get in it like Coachella. Burn that la vuvuzela, you know kaki don't be leather, yeah and nah. Know yourself, know yourself. Pick a struggle, pick a struggle. Yeah and nah. What's the hustle? What's the hustle? Show yourself, show yourself. What's the bubble? What's the bubble? Who we be? Wakanda forever.
All right.
Smell.
That is the Day of Truce event. It is going on November 27th, 10 and 2 at Dutch Square Mall. Mark Hill, thank you so much for joining us. Marvell Mendenhall says she thinks this is a great idea and plan. She says she works in the school system for over 27 years, and there were gangs in our schools. And she said all the kids wanted was for someone to care. That's why she said most of these kids are in gangs. Marvell, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you so much for your comment. And please contact Mark Hill if you want more information.
Thank you so much, man. We're grateful and honored that you took the time to have us on your show. We pray to God that you continue to have all the blessings poured upon you, and may your show continue just blow up. Thank you for reaching out to the communities and doing what you do. I salute you, my queen. Be blessed in all that you do.
Thank you so much. And please contact me if there's anything else I can do. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you, Mark. One of the people featured at the event is filmmaker JB Starr. He joins us next to talk about his new movie and career on coping with COVID. That's coming up next. I'm Tre Tailor.
Computers, they're a part of our everyday lives. But when they're not working, they're an everyday problem. So call Computers Unique, your everyday solution. 803-351-5821. Is your computer running slow? Won't turn on? Do you need a screen replaced? Or maybe you just need another computer? Well, Computers Unique is your one-stop shop for all your computer needs. They have a wide variety of new and pre-owned PCs, Macs, and tablets. So call Computers Unique, Dutch Square Mall. 803-351-5821. 803-351-5821.
Let Palmetto Painting Services take the worry out of your next home painting project. We can paint anything. Our business is about interior painting and exterior painting. We offer services for residential and commercial properties. Restore the life to your home with a fresh coat of paint from Palmetto Painting Services. References are available upon request. Give us a call at 803-546-4570 today.
The Comet gives me a reliable source of transportation.
It's very convenient to me, and they have wonderful drivers.
It's clean, and it builds community. It's fun to meet people.
It makes me feel like really independent. It's just fun.
It's always going to be there, and it gets me everywhere I need to go.
We try to ride every single day. Comedy is our livelihood.
Thank you so much for joining us. You're watching Coping with COVID, updates on the pandemic and information to help you thrive and survive COVID-19. I'm Tre Tailor. Listen, we are streaming live on Facebook on the Tailor Made Productions page. Would you please go over there and hit like and share and follow? You can get notifications as to when to watch Coping with COVID, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and every first Monday with comedian George Wallace. We're also streaming live on YouTube. Want to say hi to all of you YouTubers. Thank you so much for joining us. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Hey, don't forget to also post and share this information out so we can get the message to the masses. And we've got a scroll at the bottom of the screen that has such great information. I mean, you can get information on COVID testing, COVID vaccinations, financial resources, and so much more. So always check the bottom of the screen throughout the show so you can get updated. Listen, actor, writer, producer, and filmmaker JB Starr is a Barnwell, South Carolina native who had a dream. The two-time military vet, I didn't even know you could serve in two branches of the military, Army and Air Force, is currently earning his 4th degree and has been writing music, poetry, plays, and short stories since he was 12. To date, he's written 16 scripts and 4 books, including one for children. He's also produced, directed, and acted in 6 of his films, the current one being Forbidden Love. Before we bring JB on, let's watch a little bit of the trailer to Forbidden Love.
To the grave, Curtis.
He's 18 years old, Dennis. We've been married 20 years, you cheating son of a...
Kia, you left.
Don't touch me.
To the grave.
What do you think of me, some type of slut? He's the only one I've ever been with.
You gave her $100,000.
This is Caroline. I love you.
We'll see about that.
There'll be others, dear.
Am I not the first?
Why didn't you tell me, Pops? Raekwon, I didn't know who that girl was. I didn't know. You still
love you, Caroline.
You're forbidden love.
Raekwon.
Maybe you ought to practice what you be preaching to people about keeping it real.
Sure you want to do this?
It's time to come clean.
All right.
That is Forbidden Love. JB Starr joins us to tell us about his new film. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. We see some familiar faces in there. Curtis, yours, first of all, Curtis Wilson. Also, who else did I see in there? There was a comedian. I can't think of it. What's his name?
Jake Staley.
Jake Staley. I couldn't think of his name just that quick. Yeah, Jake Staley. So listen, tell me, you've had a full life already, JB. I mean, you've been 2 branches of the military. Like I said, I didn't even know you could serve in 2 branches of the military. Degrees, you're working on your PhD. What made you want to come back to writing? Or really not coming back to it to really start filmmaking?
So I never left. And the funny thing about it is, no matter what I have done, I always come back to it. And so I attribute it to that's just what God intended for me to do. I didn't choose to write. It chose me.
Yeah.
Because out of everything that you just named and a plethora of other things that I've done, it always comes right back to writing, directing, acting.
Right. So I was going to ask, was this your goal to retire and write? But like you said, even in the service, you were writing then too?
I was. We in the service, we do have the ISO and we have entertainment and such. And so I was able to continue to do my craft. And see, that's the thing about it. When it's a calling, there's nothing that man can do to stop it, short of death. So because I was in the military, that didn't stop me. My brain just kept saying, do this. This is what you were put here to do. So I continued to do it always.
Yeah, we're talking to JB Starr. He is a filmmaker from Barnwell, South Carolina. He's got a brand new movie out, Forbidden Love. So let me ask you, because you have written 16 scripts and 6 of those you've made into a movie. How do you decide which one of these 16 scripts to make into a movie?
When you do film, it reaches a broader amount of people faster. With stage, you get the instant gratification. And to prepare for stage is much harder. You have to tap into your short-term memory when you're doing film. Like Christopher Emmanuel, before I saw him do it, I thought I was the only one who could walk onto a set, read something, and then spit it back. And for those of you who might not recognize the name, he plays TC on Black Lightning. He plays my son in this movie. And oddly enough, 10 years ago, when he was only 11, he was in the stage version. And so when you do film, you have that latitude to be able to walk on set, read the scene, and then just execute it. But with stage, you have to prepare. And it usually takes about 6 weeks to prepare to do a stage play because you got to learn the entire thing.
Right. So do you have a preference, JB, stage or screen? Do you like one better than the other?
So before now, it was stage because of the instant gratification when somebody come up after and just talk about how much I touched them with my words. That was very gratifying. But now, because of everything, the whole world situation, it happens so much faster, and I can reach so many more people so much faster and touch lives. And see, that's the beautiful thing, because my contact information, my business phone and my website is on every single thing that I do. So people have the opportunity to email me, to text me, to call me and say, hey, what you did affected me. What you did, it bears some significance. So it used to be.
JB Brown, JB Starr Productions is joining us today. He is a filmmaker, screenwriter, actor, and just man about town, bon vivant, to say, to coin a phrase. And his new film, Forbidden Love, is debuting tomorrow in Columbia. I want you to tell me a little bit more about that in just a minute. But you've done this basically independently, haven't you, JB?
Yes, definitely. And independence is a relative statement, because the community in this situation really embraced this project. Everything from the places I shot, the My House Bar and Grill, Elm Abode. We shot at the Villa, shot at Christ Mission Baptist Church. A lot of our supporters, BBC, Daniel Rickman, St. John Baptist Church. It was just, we were just encased and just enveloped with people who believed in what I was doing. Cosmic Frequency. When Curtis got on board, Curtis says to me, "This is not a local movie. This is a big screen movie. This is something that belongs on a big screen." And so when I did the deal with Spotlight and I went over there to test it, it was surreal because even through the editing process, I'm seeing this happen all the time, every day. I'm seeing every single frame of this movie. But when I sat in that theater at Spotlight over on Columbia Mall Boulevard, it was just this awesome feeling looking at it on this huge, gigantic screen. And I'm sitting in these seats and I'm sitting there going, yeah, okay, this is what's up.
Yeah, that's great. Congratulations. So what is the goal? Is the goal to become more national? Because I don't want to say national, because you are definitely a established filmmaker. You've been in the game for a long time. So what's the long-term goal for you with your writing and movies, JB?
So my goal is probably a bit different than what most people would think. I believe, and this is, folks got to make their own way, but I believe that God gives each one of us a specific talent. Mm-hmm. And the way we thank him for those talents is by using them.
Yeah.
So my end game is to produce the other 9 scripts that I have. Mm-hmm. And from the production end of it, what I do affects other people more than it affects me, because just accomplishing it, and each time I produce one, I say thank you. And so 9 more times when I complete my mission of producing those 9 scripts, then that's my goal.
Yeah.
But along the way, my plan to reach that goal is to help as many people as I possibly can.
Yeah, I love that. I agree with that. I believe God gives us gifts and talents for us to then use it in the kingdom to do the work that God would have us to do. So I love that you're saying that. Danielle Lake says, congratulations on using your writing, acting, and other gifts in film and having such a wide audience. She says, continued success. Hey, Danielle, thank you so much for watching. We appreciate you. So tell us about the movie, Forbidden Love. It looks very scandalous.
It is very intense. It'll keep you on the edge of your seat and keep you guessing throughout the entire movie. Every time you watch it, you think, okay, I know what this is going to happen, or I know that happened, and then something else happens. And it keeps, when I write, the goal is, and this is, I'm about to give anybody who's watching a free nugget that comes from my workshop. The goal is to create conflict and resolution. Mm-hmm. And there's a template that you have to follow. So, because when people write a script, what happens is they try to produce the script. You can't. You have to transcribe that into a screenplay and produce the screenplay. And there's a lot of things that you have to modify or adjust to make it work. Mm-hmm. And so taking it from stage to film, because of the difference in dynamics, there were a lot of things that I had to do to keep it entertaining. Mm-hmm. And keep you right there. Because once a movie, if you pay attention when you're watching any movie, not just mine, once a movie reaches the climax, it's important to keep it at a certain level until the end, which includes a conclusion. But what happens is sometimes a movie will reach a climax and then it'll start to decline. Mm-hmm. And it'll sometimes lose the audience. Right. And so that's my focus when I am writing something, is to produce in that way.
JB Starr joins us. He is a local filmmaker, screenwriter, writer, producer, actor, and his movie Forbidden Love debuts tomorrow at Starlight Theaters behind Columbia Place Mall. You talked a little bit about, you said, here's a little nugget, ... for upcoming filmmakers. What do you say to people who aspire to be a filmmaker, actor, writer in a business that is tough to get into, even tougher to stay into, cutthroat, and it takes time? Because I the other thing I want to talk to you about is the longevity that you have. You put in the work. I think when we met, gosh, maybe 5 or 6 years ago, you were working on this, and you've continued to work on it until this time. So what do you say to folks who aspire to be in the industry, in the movie industry?
So let me first make a small correction. You called it the Starlight. It's actually the Spotlight Theater.
Okay, Spotlight.
I don't want people to be trying to Google Starlight and don't know where to go. What I say to everyone, not just about filmmaking, but about everything, is know the difference between a goal and a plan.
Wow.
But see, when you set a goal, that's your destiny.
Yeah.
And so many times what happens is a person will consider a plan a goal. And when they stumble and they fall, they quit because they think that they have failed. But see, the difference between a fall and a fail is the I and the L. I don't fail. That's been my philosophy, my mentality forever. I do not fail. I will fall, but then I'll get up, brush myself off, and keep going.
Yeah.
And because my eye is still on the goal. And when you are able to differentiate between those two things, you can stay focused on what you want. And yeah, 6 years ago, over at St. John's Baptist Church at the Wellness Center, we did it as a play. Pastor Wade sponsored us come. As a matter of fact, Pastor Wade sponsored me when I was still living in Atlanta and brought us here from Atlanta. And we did it in the Lower Richland Middle School. So yeah, this particular one has been on the grind for a long time. But along that trail, I've done To Love the Soul of a Woman, starring Angie Stone and Rodney Perry. We did Ultimate Alibi with Reggie Freeman. And Reggie and I, we have a great working relationship. We've done, I forget, 5, 6 things together. And then I went out. What I don't normally do, I went out and I worked with Sage Rage Productions, and we did Contrarily Speaking, and it won Best Feature in the London Film Festival. Because I normally don't direct other people's stuff, but yeah, we worked together. That writer Cedric Nettles. And so, yeah, in the last 5 years, I've done 4 films.
Wow. That's awesome. Now, we were talking to Mark Hill in the last segment for a Day of Truce, and you are one of the featured artists. What are you going to do there next in a couple of weeks?
So mostly I'm there for support. I'm not going to perform or anything like that. I'll be moving around, talking to people, encouraging folks. Tomorrow, Tony Bond, the Colonel from Meet the Browns, is going to be here to help us launch. But he's also want to continue to talk, because originally he was going to be one of the featured guests for the Day of Truce. And so when the date was changed, and he was already committed to this date, so my plan is to still let him encourage people to come out. And hopefully, if nothing stops him from being able to come back on the 27th, then he'll still come back and be there for everyone to meet and greet, because he believes in what Mark is doing. And I'm not one of these people, and by no means am I pointing fingers, but I just wanted to say, I'm not one of these people that try to make things we do a competition. We're one people, we're one community.
Absolutely.
And when I was asked to be a part of Mark's Day of Truce, I graciously accepted and do everything that I can to try and make it be successful. And if bringing in Tony or anyone else that I know that can be a part of it is going to help it be successful, then bam, I'm there.
Yeah, yeah. JB Brown joins us, JB Star Productions. He is a local filmmaker. His movie is debuting tomorrow. It's called Forbidden Love. It is going to be airing. It's going to be there for 2 weeks, right?
That is correct.
It's going to be there for 2 weeks at Spotlight Cinema. So what's next for you in 2 weeks after the show ends, or even now? What are you working on?
So at this point, my eye is on the Sundance Film Festival. We have won 10 awards so far. That's in great. Various different festivals, but the Sundance, that's like the big, the 3 biggest ones: South by Southwest, the Cannes, and Sundance. And so the deadline for notification is December 6th. So I'm just praying that we get accepted, and so I can fly out to Utah and do my thing out there. But I also have a children's movie called No Yesterday, No Tomorrow. And with that, I'm only going to produce. I'm not going to direct it. I'm going to allow my assistant, Nasha Chandri, along with my sister, Shay Lu, to co-direct. But it'll still have, I wanted to do a movie to whereas I'm still producing it, but have this tandem female force directing so that the acting doesn't come across like the typical JB, if that makes sense.
Right. Yeah. Macy Alex sends out some hearts. Donovan Maurice Haley sends out some hearts. Solar Pal Ra sends out some hearts. Thank you all so much for joining us today on Coping with COVID. We are talking to JB Star. Is that your phone, JB?
It is. It's oddly enough, that's Nasha. I wish you could join us on this. Yes, that's the one that plays my wife, the one that smacks me.
Right. Well, yeah. So tell me, what how can people get involved in your projects? I know you said you got this upcoming children's project. I've got 2 beautiful babies. One that you have met. You've met my grandson Julius.
Yes.
So how can people become involved?
So we will continue to announce everything through social media as well as my website, jbstarpresents.tv. And again, though I won't be the one who's holding auditions for this one, I'll still be recommending and grabbing people and sending them to them and what have you. So the contact right there on the bottom, you can get in touch with me and I'll keep you informed, give you the information. Yes.
Right. You can see his information on, I think, IG, Facebook, the website. And we're actually looking at the website right there. And of course, many of his credits, his movie credits, are on the screen also. On the screen also. All right. So listen, tomorrow people can come out to the debut, to the movie debut. JB?
Absolutely. I would really love if people would come out and if you don't spend another hour and 40 minutes, that's how long the movie is, doing anything else this year. I affectionately and jokingly tell people, if you don't like Forbidden Love, I'll pay you. Okay. And it has been seen quite a bit. But success is really a perception. If the public perceives you as being then it's going to start trending and it's going to, but with Forbidden Love, because it has such a broad story base and it has such a broad demographics in terms of the actors. Sarai she's 10 now. She and I share the same birthday, July 18th, but she was 9 when we shot the movie, and she plays a great role. She is, when Sarai auditioned, we had already auditioned 8 kids. And we had a couple of them calling back, but then when she auditioned, it was a no-brainer. It was like boom, and I actually recused myself from the selection for 5 people because 2 of the other kids were my nieces. So to be fair, I recused myself from the selection, board and allowed the rest of them to go ahead and make the selection. But
Right.
hands down, she was like, "Bam, okay,
Wow.
that's it. She is
That's
it."
awesome. That's awesome. So tomorrow night, what time is it at
So it's
Spotlight?
tomorrow afternoon.
Tomorrow
If
afternoon.
yeah, the movie starts at 4:15. But if people want to meet the Colonel, come at 3:15, and just that hour right there, he'll be there. We'll all be there taking pictures, autograph opportunities, just meet and greet, chit chat, video interviews, whatever happens within that hour, and then watch the movie. And Colonel also Colonel pops his own popcorn. He makes his own popcorn. He has 25 different flavors that
Wow.
he makes and he sells. The Colonel goes pop. He has a little play on words because of popcorn Colonel, and so
Right.
so yeah, he'll be there with that, and some of the other actors will be there to meet people and to chit chat, and Curtis will be out there, and Reggie, yeah, and hopefully you.
Yeah, I'm going to try to make it. I am going to try to make it. All right. So don't forget, tomorrow at 3:15 is the VIP reception. 4:15, the movie starts at Spotlight Cinemas behind Columbia Place Mall. JB Brown, JB Star Productions, Forbidden Love, and good luck to you. Congratulations. God bless. And thank you so much for joining us, JB. I appreciate you.
Absolutely, my pleasure. And thank you for having me. You have a great show. I love your voice. I was checking out the voiceover with the commercials. I was like, yo, with your man.
Yeah, it is good to know that the mouth that got me in trouble as a little girl I'm using it for good. So thank you.
I'm going to share a quick funny with you. We were doing an interview Monday, and when we finished, it was me, Curtis, Reggie, the Colonel, and Perry. And when we finished, Colonel texted me and he said, "Man, that guy that interviewed you after Perry stopped, he's got a great voice. He should be in TV or radio." And I laughed. I said, "He is. That's Curtis."
Yeah.
But it was so amusing that he just first time because he's in Atlanta, first time hearing him, and he was like, "Man, he needs to be." I started to screenshot it and send it to Curtis, but I just told him what he said.
Yeah. He does have a great voice. A legendary Curtis Wilson from here in Columbia, South Carolina. So yes, but yeah, I love the voiceover work. I'm working on more voiceover work. So if you need a voiceover artist, let me know.
and a good actor, he came ready in and didn't bam. He didn't take all day for me to like tell him what to do. He was like, boom, boom, boom.
Well, that's good. That's good. Well, usually if you are in this industry, you kind of have an idea of a lot of different things. So I can't wait to see the movie tomorrow. I can't wait to see all of the local people that you have in it. And again, good luck to you. God bless. So happy for you. And please, just like I told Mark Hill, know that you have a home here. If you have anything else that you would like to talk about or promote. Thank you, JB.
Absolutely. Have a blessed one. Take care.
All right. You do the same. Listen, if you have a story or initiative that could help someone cope with COVID, please email booking@copingwithtretatailor.com. booking@copingwithtretatailor.com. The information is on the screen. If you have a product or service that can help someone cope with COVID, please email copingwithtretatailor@gmail.com. copingwithtretatailor@gmail.com. We would love for you to be a proud sponsor of Coping with COVID, just like SCDHEC and It Together SC, the Diabetes Action Council, the City of Columbia Office of Business Opportunities, also Javis Tax Services, Palmetto Painting Services, the Fifth Circuit Solicitor's Office, Attorney Byron Gibson, Palmetto Media Connections, Agape Counseling and Training Centers, Black Expo, Black Pages, Thomas Media Group, Computers Unique, Judge Square Mall, and the Comet Bus System. Hey, speaking about the Fifth Circuit Solicitor's Office, they will be with us next Thursday. Solicitor Gibson is going to join us to discuss the gun violence town hall meeting from Tuesday and how he plans to engage the community and activists that attended. Plus, Coach Ebb joins us with motivation and encouragement and a real plan to get you ready for the holidays and for the new year. That's next Thursday on Coping with COVID. Wellness Wednesday is next Wednesday from the Diabetes Action Council. They are launching their docuseries and strategic plan for the Diabetes Action Council. That's next Wellness Wednesday. And then Friday, we commemorate National Adoption Month with information, facts, and a lovely story about a woman who adopted 2 children. That and more coming up next week on Coping with COVID. As usual, I leave you with a reading from Jesus Calling. Today is November 12th. And today Jesus says, this is a time of abundance in your life. Your cup runneth over with blessings. After plodding uphill for many weeks, you are now traipsing through lush meadows drenched in warm sunshine. Jesus says, I want you to enjoy the fullness of this time of ease and refreshment. I delight in providing it with you. Sometimes my children hesitate to receive my good gifts with open hands. Feelings of false guilt creep in, telling them they don't deserve to be so richly blessed. This is nonsense thinking because no one deserves anything from me. My kingdom is not about earning or deserving. It's about believing and receiving. Jesus says, when a child of mine balks at accepting my gifts, I am deeply grieved. When you receive my abundant blessings with a grateful heart, I rejoice. My pleasure in giving and your pleasure in receiving flows together in joyous harmony. He wants to give us all we want. All we have to do is receive. That's your Jesus Calling for today, Friday, November 12th. I'm Tre Tailor. Until the next time, I wish you peace and abundant blessings. Please take care. God bless. Take your vaccine and wear your mask over your nose and under your chin. I want to tell you one more thing before I leave. Tomorrow, I'm going to go live with broadcaster Carolyn Sawyer. She really wants to have what she's calling a family meeting, a meeting of people of color, a meeting of women to talk about our upcoming election in Columbia, South Carolina. She's angry. She's disappointed. And she's got some great points. And she and I are going to go live with some other folks in the community. Not sure what time yet, but please be watching and listening out. Take care. I love you so much. I appreciate you.
Coping with COVID. Updates on the pandemic and information to help you thrive and survive COVID-19. It's brought to you by the South Carolina Department of Health and Environmental Control. Visit scdheck.gov for an updated list of testing sites and important information on how to protect yourself, your family, and friends from the coronavirus. SCDHEC. Healthy people, healthy communities. In it together and the South Carolina Diabetes Advisory Council. Presenting Wellness Wednesday every Wednesday on Coping with COVID. The City of Columbia Office of Business Opportunities, helping to meet the needs of small, minority, and women-owned businesses in the City of Columbia. Log on to columbiasc.net/OBO. Agape Counseling and Training Services. Call 803-779-2777 for licensed professionals of counselors and social workers helping families, engaged and married couples, and individuals of all ages gain an understanding of all aspects of their lives. If you're having a challenge coping with COVID, contact Agape Counseling and Training Services at agapects.com. And Palmetto Media Connections, connecting media and communities together. Coping with COVID, brought to you by SCDHEC. In it together, the Diabetes Advisory Council, the City of Columbia Office of Business Opportunities, Agape Counseling and Training Center, and Palmetto Media Connections.
Coping with